I'll be speaking on S2P Africa and you, speaking directly to the question of what S2P Africa offers. S2P Africa is born out of a science to product thinking. For too long in our part of the world, we have undertaken science as some kind of novelty that does not have any impact on our society. And we at S2P Africa, we see the need to reorientate this thinking. So we see the objectives of engineering education as that of product, processes, goods, and services, which we give at the acronym PPGS, products, processes, goods, and services. So in S2P Africa, we talk of a PPGS philosophy as the undergirding philosophy to the whole of what we do. The whole idea is to develop a holistic approach to solving the educational challenges of pre-industrial communities in Africa. Most of Africa lost out in the Industrial Revolution. The information revolution is here. We are moving gradually into the information age, yet many of us have not fulfilled the dreams of the information of the Industrial Revolution. And S2P Africa, therefore, is using some of the methods, some of the facilitation of the information age to help our industrialization in various parts of Africa that still existing in pre-industrial situation. And why do we do this? We notice the tragedy in 60 years of tertiary engineering education in West Africa. We notice that it has not produced commensurate social impact. And we cannot just look on and just assume that that is okay. That cannot be all right. We recognize the tragedy in it, and we choose to engage and work in remediating the situation. This is the background to S2P Africa initiative. What does S2P Africa initiative offer? Basically, to start with, we offer learning materials, that templatized learning materials, templatized in the sense that the environment within which we offer these materials can be adapted to various subjects. Included in these are books, training videos, frequently asked questions with their answers, and in situations where questions that have not been taken care of in the frequently asked questions section, we could engage in consultation, have discussion with whoever is asking the question. But of most importance is the immersive testing platform, which we creating the mask. We have an immersive testing platform which has hundreds of practice questions in whatever area. So the students can go in and try out the questions. The system will assess, it will evaluate the student's performance, will point out the areas of need for the student, and the student can therefore go back to the books, go to the training videos, and go back to test until the student becomes sufficiently confident, and the system shows that the student has come to understand the fundamentals and can apply the theory. Also, the lecturer has, the mask has something to offer the lecturer, because like I said, it's a templatized platform. So lecturers can bring their own materials in the form of books, in the form of training videos, and with the books and training videos can generate frequently asked questions when people engage these materials. And the lecturer can also develop questions for the immersive testing platform mask. Apart from this, all these materials that I talked about above have been piloted on computational techniques at present, and we expect more materials to come onto the system as more and more associates and collaborators join us to bring materials in their own field. Also, we offer the West African Youth Design Exchange platform, which is a hub in which people can bring design ideas, show design ideas, bring problems that need solution from engineering design, so that young people properly trained in the engineering sciences can put heads together and solve the problem of West Africa and Africa as a whole. And we see this as a prospective outsourcing hub, because as the West African Design Exchange platform grows, then associates who visit the hub can recognize gifted and capable people who can solve some of the problems that they want to solve. And we see that as a way of opening out our young people to the world without their necessarily leaving Nigeria. Of particular importance for this info session is the engineering design competition. There's somebody else who will be talking about the engineering design competition today, but sufficient to say that the engineering design competition was initially conceived as a test of the hypothesis of our project, Rethinking the West African Engineering Ecosystem. Some of these hypotheses go around the idea of 3D solid modeling as a foundational modern engineering skill that any student wants to go into engineering. It will be good for them to have 3D solid modeling skill as a kind of foundational skill, because we can now build all other engineering subjects on this skill. Also, we see the intervention of a symbolic algebra as a form of mediation for the tedium of mathematics, so that students can look at theory even if they don't have sufficient mathematics to manipulate the variables. They can use symbolic algebra to get the kind of results they might not have been able to get if they did not have that kind of facilitation. They can then engage the theory and even the mathematics later on, having satisfied themselves that these theories solve their problem. Then also is the idea of theory just in time. Traditionally, engineering is taught by teaching lots and lots and lots of theories to young people, hoping that one day they will find these theories useful. And in order for the young people to progress in their education, relate to them. But we have found in S2P Africa that if a theory is motivated by a need to solve a problem, there's a lot more impetus to learn, but more importantly, to understand the theory. Also, the engineering design competition is now going to become an annual design competition to promote the ethos of S2P Africa initiative, that is the PPGS philosophy, and to motivate enthusiastic learning from young people. The design competition is going to feature many prizes, including prizes for even bright ideas. So even if you have not come with a solution to a problem, there is a category of ideas where the quality of the idea that you bring up can be assessed and you can get rewarded for that. The engineering design competition is an active and dynamic learning platform for young people. Coming in to the design competition is not a winner-takes-all issue. You have lots of things you can learn. You have lots of things you can gain by coming into the competition. It's not just about winning or getting rewards, but about being part of an exciting learning environment. I encourage as many young people in Africa as possible to join into the engineering design competition. So we encourage all to come on board. Candidates for the engineering design competition, come over to motivate yourselves, express yourselves, empower yourselves, enjoy yourselves, because there's joy in learning and knowing. Excite yourself in what's going on. Become part of probably the most exciting engineering adventure in Africa today. We don't know any other projects like this, but we are offering you this with enthusiasm, with our experience of teaching engineering some 40 years. We see that this is something that our young people need at this time. And to our prospective sponsors, collaborators, and associates, we see ourselves creating an active and dynamic learning platform. So we need your encouragement, we need your support, and we welcome your fresh ideas. Now into the future, S2P Africa seeks to institute this products, processes, goods, and services philosophy as the basis of engineering training in our region. Any engineering training that is not focused on the production of goods and services will not be useful for the young people in Africa. We take advantage of the virtuality offered by digital technology in order to and we use this to give 3D solid modeling skills to young people, using Python APIs to facilitate high-scale parameterization so that the things that variants can be made and tested. We offer pertinent theory, as I said, at the point of need. We don't just slap young people with theory. but we give them theory that will address pressing problems, theory that take them from problem to solution. We also offer symbolic algebra as a means of removing the tedium in mathematics, visualization and simulation, so that there is something concrete, even though virtual, to deal with when engineering students are growing up. Then we go up to 3D printing, which makes it possible for us to do prototyping and then empirical tests and studies from the prototypes. From then, we then envision capacity for mass production. Haven't had this capacity for prototyping and for empirical testing. With this, we now see what has been for us a kind of vicious cycle in Africa turned into a virtuous helix, in which even though a person looking at our problem from above sees us moving in cycles, but at each iteration, there's a little nudge in the third dimension, such that what appears as a vicious cycle becomes a virtuous helix. Thank you very much.